Good morning. Welcome to session 33. Hope you guys are doing fabulous. So today we are going to do a gentle flow, focusing on the heart a little bit. And what's attached to the heart, right, is the extension of the arms, that which we feel and touch and extend and serve and take, right? So getting all of this into it as well. And today we are diffusing pink pepper again. Now this is crazy because I'll tell you what. Yesterday I just had the inclination to diffuse pink pepper. And I know it's one that really helps you get in a confident state, helps you get rid of judgment, helps you get rid of comparison. And I chose this because that was what the feeling, the mood I was kind of feeling collectively. And I actually did a meditation after my class on Facebook Live. And today, doTERRA comes out with the BOGO by Citrus Bloom, which is my favorite blend ever. And it's only available today. It's a limited time offer. It was last year's Mother's Day, but they had pink pepper again for free. So I'm diffusing pink pepper again because I'm so excited that another one's coming. So I added wild orange and ylang ylang because those are two of the oils that are in the Citrus Bloom. So I'm combining them all together. And the citrus, the orange and the ylang ylang together, I actually diffuse that a lot together. And it really helps to bring out the inner child, to bring out the creative in you. And so between that and then the opening of the kind of heart space where we, have confident self-esteem and stop comparing ourselves, it is an incredible blend, let me just tell you. So go ahead and get comfy. And we're actually going to start with a good size meditation that I want to read to you. So get comfy, get in your comfy seats. Get in a chair or on blocks or however is sustainable for you to be seated. And this is actually called the wishing tree, Kalpataru. Okay? So I want you to close the eyes. And I'm told that we have to be careful what we wish for in this exercise because you might just get it. Okay? So it's a beautiful visual meditation. So as you come into your comfy seat, right, just as ever, allow yourself to arrive. Allow yourself to arrive. Let all of the thoughts and feelings and to-do lists that you woke up with go. You have this 1 hour to hang out with me. And I want you to feel all the energy centers of your body. And if you're not familiar with them, it just means starting with the root, so your tailbone, that also encompasses your legs. Feel that. Feel it be nice and rooted, like a root of a tree. Feel the desire center right above that. Feel it stacked right above the bottom one, right below your belly button. And feel the sense of just like vitality and energy. Okay, each of them represent different, many different things. Above that, above the belly button, but in the center, so think about the center between the front and the back, right? The power center, think of this. And then we're moving up to the heart center, right in the middle of the sternum, front and back. Feel it right in the middle. And just below the heart center is a tiny lotus of 8 petals, within which is called the celestial wishing tree. Okay, and this is the Kalpataru. And it's this magic tree in front of which is a jeweled altar, which is said to hold the deepest wishes of the heart. Not what we think we want, but the deeper longing of the soul within. And just breathe as I give you this imagery. You can place the hands on the heart or just down by your side. Breathing into the belly, into the heart. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders. It's believed that when we truly wish upon this tree and release those wishes, the Kalpataru bestows even more than is desired, leading to freedom. So take a few moments to ground yourself here, get centered, relax all your muscles, and just feel that you are safe in this environment, safe in your homes during quarantine. I want you to breathe in deeply, in and out. Breathe in deeply, in and out. And again, deeply in. And become aware of your heartbeat. Breathe out. Keep going. Listen to the rhythm of your heartbeat. Imagine each pulsation of your heart pumping blood all through your body, through the intricate network of arteries and veins. Imagine each of these pathways above your heart as branches of a tree, below your heart as roots to the tree teeming with life. Follow the path of oxygen as it's pumped out through the heart, out through the chest, through your shoulders, down your arms into your hands, and all the way up and back again. And follow it again down your belly, down your legs, your knees and feet, and back up again through your whole body and home right to the core. Every drop of blood that passes through the heart returns to be refreshed again with breath, with air, and with life. Your heart is a sacred tree. Its branches are threads of a web of life extending all through your body and then out into the world. The trunk of the tree is you, your core, your being, your central self. From this core, dig roots, the foundation of the tree. Their pathways find the food and water that support and give us substance. From this core spring branches, their leaves, but wishes of the heart. They collect the sun and wind that make you grow. They flower and fruit and fall upon the ground to grow again. And that is expressed, all that is expressed eventually returns. Right? So in front of this tree lies a jeweled altar. Make an offering to this altar, either something you're willing to give up, like a bad habit, what was before quarantine that was a normal routine or normal pattern that now might be hard to do. Or it's something you're willing to give yourself, like creativity, loyalty, or healing, which is also something we've been talking about during quarantine, right? Thinking about using this time to be creative, hence the ylang ylang, hence the wild orange today. Make this offering as a symbol of exchange for granting your wish. Next, breathe into your heart and feel its pain and feel its joy. Feel the deep longings of the soul within. Do not define this longing specifically, but feel its essence. Let the feelings increase, breathing into them. Feel them through your whole body, pushing outward, returning, pulsing outward again. Allow this longing to fill the branches of the tree. And when the tree is saturated with the deepest wishes of your heart, imagine that a single bird comes to the tree. The bird flies to the center of the tree, cocks its head to one side, cocks its head to the other, and listens deeply to the longing and wishes that have been expressed. Have a moment of communion with this bird that lives inside your heart. As you do, hold the bird close into your heart and let your heart, not your mind, speak its wishes to the bird. Let it come from the yearning. If specific images come to mind, fine, but don't search for them. When you feel complete, kiss the bird goodbye and gently release it to fly away. Set it free to do your work. Let it go and forget about it. The bird will carry your wishes to the powers that be, so that they may be fulfilled in the best way possible for all concerned. As you deepen your breath into your belly, into your heart space, exhale, release everything. Bring your hands to heart center. We'll begin on one sound of peace, opening your throat, energy center with me. Inhale. Right, practicing getting used to voicing our concern. Go ahead and roll over the feet, roll over the knees. Come onto hands and knees. And so this idea of the telling your secrets to the birds, telling your wishes in the altar to the bird, but then letting it fly away. I love this because, go ahead, come into hands and knees. And we're just going to rock forward and back, getting the juices flowing, right, into the spine. Go for it. Because it's our duty, right, to do what our purpose is on this life, but not to have expectations, not to get upset if it doesn't go exactly your way, not to think in the future, think in the past, but it's supposed to be, but just keep being consistent, because consistency compounds, right? Keep praying, keep telling your desires to the bird, or whatever you want to use as imagery, and then just keep doing what you were put on this earth to do. Keep doing your talents. Go ahead, and you might be able to come a little deeper here, right? Roll forward, do a hanging cobra or a regular cobra, right? You can even drop the belly down and lift straight up into that cobra if you're ready. Okay, dropping the shoulders, really letting the belly hang here. And then inhale, come back to a puppy pose. So we're going to reach the hips high. The hips are going to be right below the knees. And reach the arms away. And you can kind of roll back and forth on the forehead. Reach back and forth. Reach through the fingertips. And then from here, we're going to drop the elbows. Find stillness in the center. Drop the elbows. Let the elbows come a little close to the head. And then prayer pose with the hands, namaste pose, and lift those hands up to the ceiling. So you're really stretching the underside of the arms here. Okay, and just breathing into the arms, the heart, just shining forward here. 3 more. Start to pull in the belly a little bit, just a little bit. 2. And then as you exhale, release those hands. Good. Plant them, start to come up into a regular tabletop. Tuck those toes. Start to come into your first down dog of the day, perhaps. And as you walk out the dog, just let the head hang. Okay, I want you to really feel planted in the hands as you release through the knuckles, release through the fingertips. And if your heels don't come down all the way, that's fine. You're just on the balls of your feet. You're bending the knees a ton, but you're shooting the hips back. You're not kind of forward, letting all your weight come forward. You're shooting your hips up and back. Good. And then from here, root down through that right foot. You're going to start to open the left and open and stack it. Okay? And today, if you need to drop that right knee first, that's fine. I'm just going to open the hips a little bit. 3 and 2. Exhale. Bring it on down.
Again, if you need to drop the knees for a break, go for it. We're going to try to stay strong in our arms today. Bring that right knee to bend. Open and stack the hip on top of the left. Feeling your strength, right? Really harnessing your ability to increase your strength, or increase your capacity. 2 more. Inhale. And as you exhale, release that. We're going to come down and rest again. Okay, a lot of heart opening today. Walk the hands away in puppy. Maybe stay here with the arms. Maybe the down dog, you can feel it stretched a lot. Or if you want to do that again, bring the elbows in towards your head. Bring the hands together. And release. I want you to feel here with your forehead connected to the earth. I want you to feel this mantra, this affirmation, which is I give love and I receive love effortlessly. I give love and I receive love unconditionally. All my desires are met. Beautiful. Exhale, release the hands back down. We're going to come up to tabletop, plant that left hand right below the shoulder, and start to kickstand that right foot behind the mat, and then start to open up the right foot behind, the lengthwise. So from here, you can open up the arm. Okay, you can bring it overhead. A little essential oil. Okay, bring it overhead. So you can really start to feel the length in this right side body. Okay, and if it feels good already, as you plant that left hand, you can start to open the right foot up. Maybe you stay there, maybe arms overhead. If it feels good, you can bend the knee here, wrap around and grab that foot behind you, open up the heart. So good. 3 and 2. Now, for this next one, as we inhale, reach it out. We're going to exhale, drop that right foot again. Use the knee. If you need padding under the knee, you can modify here. Use that knee as now your base, but you're going to start to lift up the energy into the pelvis, into the belly. Root down, lift up. Good. All the way up. Inhale. Stretching that left side body. Exhale over. So you don't have to go far. Okay, feeling the knee right below the hip, right below the shoulder, in that nice line. Loose head and neck. 3 and 2. The hip is kind of reaching over to the left. And as you inhale, come all the way back. All the way back. Windmill to tabletop once again. Wiggle that out. Wiggle it out. Okay, so I'm going to turn around, but just so you can see this side. And so from here, come back into a regular tabletop. You're going to kickstand that right foot away from you. So you're kind of like twisting it to a different angle. And then you're going to bring that left foot all the way back on the mat. So you're ending up in a gate pose or a modified Vashisthasana side plank. And you can inhale, open up the heart, okay? And you can just stay there. I just saw snowdrops out my window. And then from here, you can reach overhead. Breathe in, extend, right? Feel the full extension of the side body, full extension of breath. And then, if you feel good about it, lifting, okay, I want you to start to lift the energy up through the pelvis, up through the Uddiyana Bandha, right, the belly Bandha lock, energy lock. Inhale, open up, and maybe the foot comes up and you feel nice and strong, reaching out in each direction. And then if it feels good, bend that knee, start to open the heart, right? I give love, I receive love effortlessly, unconditionally. Inhale, open back up. Good. From here, remember, we're keeping that bandha, we're keeping that lock in the belly, lifting it in and up. Root down to lift all the way up. So now here, Notice, like pretend you're in your mountain pose, right? Root down, feel everything stacked on top of one another. And then inhale, release over. Now you're not going forward in the front plane, and you're not going back to cross the back plane. You're going to come straight over and feel everything nice in alignment so that you can see where your edge is. Relax into this. Relax, but then feel the opening right in between the side ribs on the right side. 3 and 2. Root down, lift all the way up. Come back into your tabletop. I'm just going to switch sides again. Good. Tuck the toes. Start to come up into your downward facing dog and walk it out. Walk it out again. Now, as you start to come to stillness, reach through the fingertips, come on the balls of your feet, okay? And start to reach those hips up and back. You're going to reach those hips up and back. I want you to start to spread the hips. So what does that mean? You take the sit bones that are poking up into the ceiling and you start to lift up the pelvic floor, okay? Lift up that Uddiyana Bandha, that belly lock, energy lock, and then start to reach through the sit bones as if they're reaching to either side of the room for 3 and 2. Good. We're actually going to drop the knees again. Go for it. I want the head to come down, but this time we're going to do something different. We're going to start to place the hands behind us. So see if you can either grab your scarf, okay, or you're going to see if you can grab and just clasp your hands and let them come overhead. You can keep the forehead there, or if it feels good to bring the top of the head to the mat. I prefer that, so you can get a nice deep stretch in the shoulders. And then once you're there, you're going to keep the head exactly where it is, right? Don't move the neck, please. But you're going to let the shoulders, the hands kind of move to one side, inhale, and then exhale, move to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. And then exhale, bring your hands to the hips. Slowly release, okay? And come all the way up into that tabletop. We're going to do something that has helped my back considerably. It feels a little silly and it's a little bit out of the ordinary, but I want you to try it with me. We're going to take your hands and move them 1 hand distance forward. So take a note of where your fingertips are. Let your heel come there. Let your heel come there. We're going to move forward so the knees stay there. And you kind of just drop the heart a little bit. Okay? And what this does is actually relieves tension from the neck and back, if you can believe it. But the thing is, you actually have to stay here for about a minute. And so like I was saying the other day in the, I think it was session 32 or 31, I think it was 32, 10 breaths, okay, like if you have a big lung capacity, 10 breaths is basically a minute for me, right? So if I'm going inhale, and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And so notice how your arms are feeling. Guys, you don't have to go to the gym. Just like stay in this position all day. Notice how your arms are feeling. And then keep going. I want you to keep reaching, not through the wrist, but through the fingertips, through the knuckles. If you had pink pepper and ylang-ylang and wild orange to keep you going, oh my gosh, it's so delightful. I'll put the link here if you want to get this today. But remember, the citrus bloom, if you're watching this on April 22nd, I think it is, you just put the citrus bloom in your cart and the pink pepper is free. Okay, last full 10 count here. Your choice, guys. You can tuck the toes, come up into down dog, or come into a child or the puppy variation we've been doing. Amazing. All right. So walk it out. Start to feel the stretch through your calf. Send the breath, right? You drink it up from your fingertips, through your head and neck, relaxing your shoulders, down through your hips, down through your belly and your chest. Now the opposite way, right? It's upside down, down through your hands. Oops, I just did this opposite. I always do that. Down through your hips. Let's go back. Down through your legs, down through your knees, down through your calves, down through your heels, down through your toes. Send the breath, send the breath. Good. As you inhale, let's glide forward, high plank pose. Exhale, lower down or full chaturanga. Good. As you inhale, roll up through your up dog or your cobra. Hello, chair. Ooh. Inhale, lift. Awesome. As we exhale, you can push down to down dog, but we're going to go into tabletop. From here, place that right hand right below the face. You're going to inhale, open the left arm. We're going to do these arm circles again in a little bit in a different way. And then exhale the opposite direction. Good. You're going to take that big inhale, kind of open the heart. Exhale, thread it through. So move that right hand out of the way. Place down the left temple, and maybe you stay here. Maybe you bring the right arm up. It can come and hang out on your back. Okay, and you can just feel this nice stretch here. If you need some more balance challenge today, right, place the hand down. Start to open the right leg out. It could just be here and lifted, right? It could just be lifted knee, toes down, or the whole foot can come up, and then your choice how you want to modify or extend through this pose. Again, finding your static is perfectly fine. Your static pose. Last 2 breaths. Just massaging your back if your hand is on it. And then exhale, place that right hand down. Inhale, open it up. Just open the same way that we started. And then exhale, back down. Find your neutral. Place your left hand down, right hand on the hip, and open up. So that might be the extent of it. You can open little circles. Opposite direction. Good. And then inhale, open nice and big. Exhale, thread it through. Let the right temple come down. Open that left hand out to the front, in front of you. Or you can place it down on the side. You can also wrap it around your body. Give yourself a nice massage. And then if you opted for the balance, you just reach out through that foot. The foot can stay down, the knees up, or the foot itself comes up, opens up. Start to feel those energy locks that I was talking about, the pelvic floor, that Uddiyana Bandha. Good. And as you root down, lift all the way back up, tabletop. Place your left hand again, and then just open up once. Release it down. Amazing. From here, root down. Start to roll up, hands on hips. And you're coming on to hands and knees, just your knees. Let one foot come forward. Let the other foot come forward, standing on your mat. Okay. So from here, we're just going to open, our arms and our hearts a little bit. Okay, so stretch out those arms wide. Really feel the energy in your arms, like I said, rooting up, coming up from those roots. And I want you to do them backwards. So little tiny circles. And actually they can go quicker here. Little tiny circles, backward circles, right? Opening that heart. Just finding engagement in all the muscles of the arms, the upper back, upper chest. And then we're going to go into bigger circles. Notice how you feel this, like in your face, in your chest. Like, where do you feel it in your body? Good. And then little circles the opposite way. And if you're feeling tired, it's okay. Remember, it's only for 5 seconds, not for like 5 minutes. Unless you go to a Kundalini class. A little faster. Forward circles now. Good. 3, 2. Bigger circles. Remember, our heart energy center extends out of our arms, right? Rooting down, open up. Good. Release. Go ahead, shake that out. Yay, Diane. So good, Diane. So glad you're here. Okay, I still want to shake that out a little bit. I want you to start to release, like, you know, don't hold anything in your body right now. I want you to kind of pick up the feet. I want you to feel no muscle tension, no muscle holding in your body. Like, do it however feels good to you. You can walk around the room, just shake it out. And then from here, go ahead and find that kind of windmill-y thing that you used to do when you were kids. The heels can come up, and you just rock out, shake out. Right? And again, if you've ever come to my classes, you'll know that I am a big fan of expression of breath, expression of sounds, expression of feelings. Let it out. Right? When you feel like you want to do something and then all of a sudden your body senses a tightness, like it's like feels tight, that's just you're not expressing something that wants to come out. So let it out. I want you to go and get a scarf or a belt or something, a yoga strap, and have it nearby. Okay. Coming down into stillness. I'm going to take a sip of water out of my wine glass. Sometimes I get fancy like that. Makes me feel luxe. All right. So from here, I want you to feel. We're gonna feel the energy locks actually for a second. And so, like I mentioned, the Mula Bandha, that's the root lock, and I talked about it a little bit in class 32. You're gonna start to pull up the pelvic floor, the perineum. Now, this is the space in Sanskrit. They actually call this the anal lock. That's like what it translates as Mula Bandha. And you actually start to pull it up. And if you have ever been to pelvic floor health therapist or anything like that, they have you do this all the time. Okay, so you want to lift up from that perineum and feel the tightening, the lifting of the pelvic floor. That's all the muscles in the bowl of the pelvis. I want you to feel that. Good, and then release it. Now notice if you were walking around all day and you just felt like dumpy, right? Or like ladies who've had babies, you know, might leak once in a while. This is the area that you want to start to be aware of, okay? The Uddiyana Bandha is the belly lock. So I want you to breathe out. We did this again in class 32. Everything so that your navel comes toward the back of your spine. And as the breath is all the way out, pull that belly in. That's Uddiyana Bandha. Okay? So I like to practice these locks during yoga because it really helps stabilize almost every single pose. I want you to take that strap. Go ahead and bring it out. Now, the positioning here is going to be fluid because we want to feel, okay, as it comes up and then all the way back. We don't want to bring the arms like back one at a time, right? I've had bursitis
problems in this shoulder since I was like, I don't even know when, long time. So I have to bring it pretty wide. Okay, it kind of catches. And so you feel, okay, there it is, I'm good. And so I have to bring it out a little more, until it's even, because I don't want to bring one side down. And then you bring it down. Ugh, good, I cheated. So see if you can hold it straight back first a couple times. Inhale, right? You can feel how this just opens the heart that you wouldn't normally do if you just brought your hands back. Inhale, right? Pull up those energy locks. And you should feel stretch in the underside of your arms as well. And then if it does feel good to come all the way down, right? And all the way back up. You can do this a couple times. You can even bring it all the way forward, all the way up and back. Good. And then from here, once you're at the top, go ahead and start to bring, you can even spread wide into a bigger star shape and start to bring that right side down and open up that left. And then inhale back, exhale, open up the right. Good. Go back and forth with your breath. Right? Head and neck is nice and loose. Again, you're not collapsing forward or back, so you don't have to go far. Good. And then inhale, exhale, release that. Alrighty. So go ahead and shake out your hands, okay? I'm a big fan of self-massage. You probably know that. Shake it out. Alrighty. Now, from here, you're going to bring your hands and clasp them behind you. And then inhale, open up. Nice big inhale here. And I actually have to modify this. So I'm going to bring my head to my big stack of pillows here. But you can come all the way down if you like. So you're going to open the heart. And as you exhale, right, stable in the feet, go ahead and drop your head all the way down if you want a forward fold. Or if you need to modify with me on a stool or a chair. And then the same thing that we did on the floor, we're just going to do here. So let the shoulders come to the left. Inhale, center, exhale to the right. And then again, inhale, center to the left. Inhale, center to the right. Good. Root down, start to come all the way up. Back to standing. Good. And then exhale, release the hands down by the side. Okay. You're going to root down. How does my mat always creep up? So you're going to root down through the feet and then lift and lengthen and then swan dive all the way down. Go ahead into a forward fold. I'm going to modify. Those in a forward fold, lift and lengthen. Those modifying, drop the knees down. Those in forward fold, lift and lengthen, and then step back to plank or down dog. Those on hands and knees, step it back to downward facing dog. So good. Okay. From here, we're going to, again, open that left, let's do right foot first. Inhale. And as you exhale, step it all the way through into a warrior one. I'm going to modify and bring my foot forward, tuck the toes, drop. Good. And from here, did I say warrior one? I meant warrior two. So go ahead and open the hips out to the side. I'm just going to turn around so y'all can see me. All right, so open the hips. The feet are about 1.5 legs distance, so that's how you can test it. The hips are square towards the side. Then as you inhale and open the heart, right, and arms out to the side, just notice again, too, how this feels. If this really hard, we have to increase our energy from our heart, right, to release through our hands. So go ahead and 5 times, you're going to root down, inhale, open the heart. Open the hands and gaze up. Exhale, release. Good. 4 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Notice here, keep going. As you pull in the belly, the Uddiyana Bandha, just notice that. Exhale. If you typically just, right, lazy yoga. Inhale. So good. So feel relaxed somehow in this posture, even though it's strong arms, right, and tall spine. And then from here, with our strong legs, we're going to open that front hand, release the back hand to the thigh, and then open up. If you need to go deeper in any way, right, how you love this exalted warrior, go for it. You can even bend the elbow here and take this hand, nothing fancy, just grab it and open and see if that encourages just a different feeling in the side body, right side. Bend deeply into that knee, nice thigh stretch. And then inhale, open up, okay, into a nice star. And then lean over that imaginary counter for your Trikonasana to the right side. Open up. Beautiful. Right? You're getting nice and open in the heart space. Feels so glorious. As you root down, you lift all the way up. Bring your hands to your hips. Hold on. Let me just pretend. I got to go the other way. And then you can windmill all the way down. Okay, and step into your lunge. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to drop my back knee, untuck the toe, move my knee back. Okay, you can use the blocks here if you have yoga blocks. You can use hands on, fingertips on the mat. Or you can fold forward. I just can't fold forward right now, so I'm going to use the blocks. But if you can easily kind of lean down and bring your hands to the mat. You're just going to inhale, open, extend the leg. Exhale, forward. Good. Inhale, open, lengthen. Exhale, release. Keep going. We're going to do this nice and slow. Inhale, open. Good. Exhale, release. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Okay. From here, plant that left hand down on a block or not. The right hand comes to the knee. And you just open up. You can just stay here. You can bring the hand up if you like. And you can drop into that hip. Maybe the right knee opens out to the side. Okay, see what kind of modification feels good to you. Last two. Inhale. And as you exhale, release down, open back up. And you can release how you want from here. Okay, you can come and just kind of step back to down dog if you like. I'm just going to bring my knees to the mat. And then tuck the toes and lift up into downward facing dog. Stay here if you like. Bend the knees into child's pose if you like. Flow forward if you like. Okay, or open the hips if you like. So just take a moment, like 3 more breaths, to do whatever feels good and neutral here. Good, and then as you exhale, we're going to bring that left foot behind us like we're stepping on the wall. And as you exhale, bring it all the way through and step it into that warrior 2. I am going to come up this way, bend the knee, bring that left foot forward. Good, and then tuck the back toe, drop the back foot. So if you're modifying, you can follow me. And then as you root down, you open up the hands, the arms, reach it through. Okay, so the knee comes over that pinky toe, relax through the shoulders. Feel that energy, feel that super strong energy reaching through. Okay, and release it down through the roots and out through the hand. So good. And then as you root down, we're going to straighten everything up. Gaze can come up. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Good. Do it a few more times. At your own pace, with your own body, right? Your own breath. Exhale, release.
Good, we're gonna hold it now. So hold that fire. Feel as if it's not hardship, it's extending out to the universe. It's extending your service. It's extending your purpose. Driving out into the universe. Go ahead and flip that front palm. You're going to open up, extend into your exalted warrior. So keep that front knee bent. You can bend the top hand if you like and grab it. Just grab it. Nothing crazy like behind the back stuff. It's just open. And you're going to open that side body, side ribs. Let the head and neck be loose though. You're not going to let it go forward. And then as you inhale, open up, extend the leg, reach forward, and come into your Trikonasana. Head and neck is nice and loose. Shoulder blades together. And 2. Now as you root down, lift all the way up. You're going to windmill all the way forward into your lunge, or you can release slowly, okay? You're going to take the blocks or fingertips on the mat. Let that back knee come back more. Inhale, open the front body. Exhale, release into the hip, into the knee. Inhale, open that front leg. Exhale. Good. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, release. 2 or 3 more times. So it's less about the amount of times, and it's more about how you feel even and balanced with the first side the first time you did this. Okay? So just see, like, if this leg needs a little more love, if this side of your hip needs a little more love, you just release into it, right? And so the neck too can play a part. And as you exhale forward, we're going to place the right hand down on the mat or on a block or whatever prop you have. The left hand can come to the knee, okay? You open up. That could be the extent of it. You can open the knee out to the side and just really let the hip open in a unique way, okay? And then, or the hand can come up or to the back. So your choice. I want you to feel this intuitive body that you have. Give it some authority to tell you what's up. And then inhale back to center, okay? From here, you can release into plank. You can release into hands and knees. You can release into a child's pose, like, or a puppy, like we did at the beginning. And just roll the forehead side to side, or of course, if you are in the down dog, go for that. So you're either flowing or taking a rest. About 3 more breaths here. Okay. Just want to check the time. Okay. Now we're going to do something fun. So I want you to actually come by a wall, and I'm going to give you options here. Okay? But this feels really amazing. Do you guys remember when you were kids? And, well, 2 things that were actually really fun. I said yesterday in my class we were doing a lot of like isometric stuff. I said if you have a doorway or something where you can like press your hands against and feel that nice solid, like you don't need weights, you just need a doorway and like press it in. And do you remember when you were kids and you would do that and then you'd step away from the door and you'd feel like your arms go like this? And similarly, when you were on the ground, okay, and you would have your friends pick your hands up, and you'd be lying on the belly and with your hands up, and they'd pick it way up for like a minute, and they'd hold you there. At least I did this. And when they let you down very slowly, it felt like you were going through the floor, right? Because now your hands are extended, and it felt like you were going through the floor. So that's what we're going to recreate.
So if you have a wall nearby, and that's why we did all of these things, right, to open the heart a little bit. Now, the first thing before we come to the wall totally, I just want you to come onto your belly. Okay, and you can root down the hands. I like to, if you have a tendency to inner rotate the shoulders, like be rounded in the shoulders. I think I moved this too far up. Let me bring it down. Yeah, you were like, where's Jenny? Okay. So if you had a tendency to be rounded in the shoulders, you might turn the hands out a bit and let the fingers come out to the sides, okay? And you can root down and come into a tiny little cobra, okay? And this might be fine for the muscles of the back. You could root down and come into a tall cobra, but you're gonna relax the shoulders, right? No hiking up. We call that wearing earrings. You don't want to do that. 3 more breaths. Or if you love this, maybe 5. 2. And then exhale, relax. Now you can just relax the head to one side for a second. You can come back to that if the following thing that I'm going to teach you in a second is too much. But you can also bring your hands here. This is a nice just little heart opener thing. You're just going to bring your hands like you're at the beach or something and bring the chin right into your hands and just hang out here. Okay, so if any of this is too much, you can just relax there. Now what I'm going to do is come a bit closer to the wall. So the so my head is like, I don't know, a few inches away. And I'm going to start to walk my hands up the wall. And a little further. And a little further. Now when you're here, you go ahead and just try to relax, once again, the shoulders. And you start to almost feel energetically like you're reaching your fingertips even higher towards the ceiling. Head and neck is relaxed. Good. And see if you can stay here again, those 10 long breaths I was talking about. Might not be that much, maybe 5. But you can feel a deep, deep stretch here. Unfortunately, we need the wall, and our friend's not here to just like let us slowly come down, but okay, feel that sensation again of letting go of the shoulders, letting go of the neck, reaching up through the fingertips, relaxing through the feet. 2 more long breaths. And of course, if you need to come out slowly, we're just going to slowly start to like drag our hands down. And then come back and be nice and comfy. Turn your head to the opposite way. Hands can be down by the side. And just rock the hips out. Good. Okay. Now, if you need a big, big rest, you can stay here or do any of the poses that I mentioned before. But I want to give you a challenge. So if anyone is up for a little challenge, right, to really strengthen the arms, to really, like our shoulders are really open right now. Our back is getting nice and strong, okay? So what we're going to do is just do a modified handstand prep. It's like the L, okay? So what we're going to do is put our bums away or against the wall, okay? And you're just going to make sure your back is nice and flat against the wall, and you look at where your heels are, and the heel of your hand is going to be at where your heel is now. So you just have to visualize it. And when we do this, you're not going to move the hands. Like, you're not going to move them forward. You think this is more comfortable. You're going to do exactly as the process is, heel where the heels of the feet are now. So go ahead and take a look at where that is. And the invitation here
is, again, to really find those down dog hands nice and rooted and just start to lift the hips up and back. Now what we're going to do is to find the L is place a foot, doesn't matter which one, against the wall, and you start to, now most people have a tendency to bring it way up. You actually want it level with the hips, okay? And so here you might do one foot, you might do the other. You can bend the knees and really push against the wall to feel it, okay? Once you're up, you might really push and extend one foot to the ceiling. Really push against the wall. You might extend. And again, if this is hard for you, like really hard for you, then you might, your feet might be way too high, okay? And then eventually you can come down. So another way to test that is when you're sitting here to see where your head lands, right? And you don't go kind of higher than that. So if you attempted that, great. You attempted any kind of handstand inversion, great. But we are going to move down to our backs now. And again, that was just an option. So hopefully you stay nice and safe. Okay. So as we come onto our backs, okay, start to just feel the effects of that. Whew, right? Feel the effects. And you can come into a Shavasana shape first, just for a moment, or a constructive rest, which is bend the knees and let the feet come right below the knees, okay? And the hands can be out or on the belly. Good. So if you didn't do that inversion and you want to do some kind of liftedness, you can bring a block right underneath the hips, or this would be like a firm bolster or a firm pillow, okay? Nothing that you're going to sink into. And then relax the shoulders, kind of let them drape underneath. Hands can come down. Maybe even feet come to the ceiling if you want that inversion. Otherwise, you can just stay here. You can extend the legs. As long as your low back is protected. And then, of course, if you have no props and you're in Shavasana, like, go for it. Okay? As you root down through the feet, go ahead and come off that block. And exhale, release the feet back and forth. I'm sorry, the knees. So the feet are down, release the knees back and forth. I did want to invite you to practice something. If you do have a block, I'm not sure what other home remedies would work for this, but I don't know if you can see, I have this thing called an occipivot. And I got it online. And it's if you have really tense neck and shoulders, and I just get to like hang out here and let the points of the pointiness of this get into my reflex points. But often at yoga studios, I'll do this with a block. And so sometimes you can do it with the 2 points here on the medium side. And sometimes I just try to get the same effect here, right? And just kind of let it come into my tense muscles. You could also try it the flat way and just let it kind of dig into your muscles if you want to turn your neck some more. So again, this is just with the block. I would not do this with like a hard box or something. That would be masochistic. Okay, so this is going to serve as our twist tonight. I don't want to do anything, or today I don't want to do anything super twisty in the spine, but you can if you want to. And then go ahead and find your rest pose. So start to come into your final rest shape, Shavasana. Again, you can use a constructive rest if you'd rather have your back nice and flat. Okay, you can come into Supta Baddha Konasana and just find your rest. I want you to picture from the meditation we did at the beginning, that bird again at the altar.
of your tree in your heart space and just smile. Because as you put your heart and your love and your work into the universe and let it be sent out without expectation, and if you ask, your spirit, if you are a believer and you ask spirit to help you in this way or give you this kind of abundance, and you keep asking consistently, then magic, I have found, fills your life. Let all your thoughts go here. Let all your thoughts be like the clouds in the sky that just blow out of sight with the wind. Now they'll blow out of sight with your breath. It will come up in a moment, but just find this presence. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and pause this and lay for however long it takes for you to feel grounded, to feel present, to feel the breath circulate through you. Om Majaguru Bhima Siddhi Hum. Om Aham Majaguru Bhima Siddhi Hum. Deepening your breath. Deepening your breath, coming back into the space, the room. And as you let the legs come in on an exhale, roll over to one side and with heavy head, roll up to seated, eyes closed, hands together at the heart. I want you to either keep your hands in prayer or release your hands to your heart chakra. And here, picture your heart and feel the heart beating and feel all the pulsations it's sending throughout all those branches throughout your body. And feel how your body has formed around this heart. And I want you to picture somebody now that needs your love. Someone who's suffering or scared or in fear or worried, or just in some kind of bad situation. And I want you to picture their heart and how their blood is pulsating through their branches. And I want you to picture how their body has formed around their heart. And then picture as if they were sitting in front of you and this beam just came right from your heart right to theirs. And now you're connected. And now you can sense compassion in you, and you can send it to them. And believe me, when you send it to them, you get it back tenfold. And so come back into your own body, and your own feelings, and your own energy. And thank yourself for coming to this practice. Bring your hands together. We'll end on one sound of peace. If you'd like to join me, voice that fifth chakra energy. Inhale. So glad to be with you guys today. Thank you so much for sticking with me this long and practicing, or if you're studying the replay. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear how you're doing and this practice is helping you. Thank you so much for your community. Thank you so much for your contribution. And we will see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.